What if I told you that this device right here is worse for you than cocaine, fentanyl, and binge drinking? Well, it's not, but the effects it can have on your brain are virtually the same. The difference is, with your phone, you have access to those dopamine destructive systems 24/7. Now picture this, it's 2015, you've just gotten home from school, you're beat. You'd love nothing more than just go home, lie down with a big old bag of potato chips, scrolling on your phone and forgetting about the day. Who cares about that homework assignment? There's time to do it later. You open up your phone on Facebook or Instagram and you scroll and you find that one friend that's out fishing. You see the football team edged out a narrow victory against their rivals, or you see your friend having the time of his life. You keep scrolling, enjoying the gratifying feeling you get at first, but eventually your smile fades. Your attention is locked in, but the scrolling becomes a reflex now. By the time you look at the clock, 4 or 5 hours have passed in the span of 20 minutes. You've spent all this time looking at everyone else, seeing all their best moments, their shining times, and you're left wondering, why don't I have that? You see, both drugs and your phone utilize the same system in your brain, the reward system. It's possible you've heard of dopamine before, but I'm here to tell you that this ingredient is the key to getting your life back on track. Dopamine is closely tied to motivation. It's what causes us to feel entertained, push us to do bigger and better things, and feel rewarded. But there is a dark side to this as well. Advertisers and social media companies have found a way to neurologically shift this system in your brain to get you to keep scrolling for hours and hours. What are you doing wrong? And the truth is, nothing. You're a victim of the same social trap we've all been a part of in the last decade, killing your dopamine, killing your motivation. The amount of time we spend on our phones, laptops, etc. is a major part of what's creating this effect. See, your phone isn't inherently the problem. As the old saying goes, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. This is especially true when it comes to dopamine and motivation. If you're here watching this video, it's likely that you wish to feel the same way you did back in 2015. If you want to stop wasting your life, it's inherent that you learn how the reward system works in your brain. The problem is that pleasures without effort are detrimental to us as humans. Dopamine is intended to reward hard work. It is intended to associate your brain with the accomplishment of completing a task. For our ancestors, it meant when you completed something like gathering food or creating a shelter, you were rewarded. It was a system that kept them going, kept them driving to evolve as who we are now. The same motivation and drive they had for ingenuity is possible for us too. The challenge that we face today is the overwhelming amount of instant gratification available to us. When we open up social media, take a bite of that brownie, or finish a level on a video game, it's all the same system. It's rewarding us with dopamine that we didn't actually earn. Their tactics are brutally effective, and to be honest with you, every screen that we look at is filtering the same effect on our brain. But the key is, we can fight it and we can win. Now, there are 3 main tactics we can do to fight dopamine overload, but all 3 work together, so make sure you watch to the end to ensure success. The first is building a strong sleep schedule. Sleep is important to our body's functions, which makes this step essential. Depending on your needs, the average human is going to need 7 to 9 hours of sleep to feel rested and well for the next day. If you don't, you disrupt your circadian rhythm, and with that, it confuses the brain. It's important to reduce the screen time we get before sleep. At the bare minimum, reduce the brightness, wear blue light glasses, because all of these methods will increase the quality of sleep that we get. Reducing screen time before bed, whether it's an hour before or, like I said earlier, turning your brightness down, will help you fall asleep and stay asleep. There's many studies out there that say sleep is actually a performance enhancing drug. So ensure that you go to bed at the same time every night, build your circadian rhythm, and with that, the energy and the dopamine detox will take full effect. Secondly, cut off caffeine and zombie scrolling. Caffeine releases significant amounts of dopamine into your body. Although caffeine is great and definitely has its purpose, when you are using a literal drug to artificially pump dopamine into your system, your body will develop a dependency on it. If you still need energy to get through the day, try something natural like tea or even a light coffee that hasn't been pumped full of sugar. It's also imperative that you cut out zombie scrolling. This term refers to mindless scrolling for hours and hours, swiping from app to app. The feelings that you get from watching people do what you wish you could do kills enjoyment from your normal day-to-day life. If you need help knowing where to start, most phones actually track exactly how much time you're spending on each app and have systems set into play to set timers in which you can determine how long you want to spend and how long you want to take off. Although cold turkey might be the most effective, I know it's not realistic for everyone. So whether it's caffeine or mindless scrolling, use these functions set into place to help you to wean your way off as you gradually improve. The last and key final point that we must focus on is exercise. Exercising for 60 minutes a day is absolutely crucial to building natural functioning dopamine. It doesn't matter what you do. It could be literally anything. A hard lift, running, going for a swim, even training boxing, yoga perhaps. The list goes on. When you increase your heart rate naturally, your brain releases dopamine 4, 5, 6 times stronger than any reel or TikTok you watch. The feeling you get when your body knows you put it through something strenuous and completed it is unparalleled. But the key is you have to complete the workout. You can't stop halfway through. It's like watching a YouTube video that you're really interested in and halfway halfway through you turn it off. Your brain will be confused and, quite frankly, pissed. If you haven't worked out before or you're new to fitness, do not fear. No one's going to be judging you. We're all in there for the same thing. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get better. Start small if you have to. Home workouts, calisthenics, even going for a run. These small changes will eventually snowball, domino effect, into something bigger, into something better. If you've enjoyed this video so far, I definitely recommend subscribing. It helps me out a ton, and I know there's so much more information I can share with you. Remember, you guys, all of these tactics are things you can incorporate slowly into your life to get better and better. It's not about fixing everything at once. If you enjoyed this video, check out this video here where I talk about 7 habits and how to structure them into your life to become successful. I know you'll like it.